Okay, so picking up where we left off, we can see that our left container and middle container are both uh, being treated as centered in column and not being laid out in rows. That's just because we don't have the styling for it. Um, we have this class on our comment, all right, called horizontal comment. We just don't have it anywhere. But here we actually have it in our media change screen, so we'll just copy that. And that switches. That's when we switch from, I guess I copied the vertical comment and the horizontal comment. Because we wouldn't be displaying it. We don't, yeah, yeah. So just taking bits and pieces so that we can at least go a little slow. Put another bracket, and it will go get the other one. And set this bracket. Okay, it's in rows now. So let's try to get the end container where the time would be, and I'll throw that in. Okay. So this is still in the middle container, YouTube bar and stuff. Still in the middle container. And then the end containers here is pretty short, which has the time of date, and it has an action bar at the bottom and an edit bar that appears. But let's just for now get the time and date, and then we'll work in the common action bar and the edit bar. Okay. Come back here, they're in our last container in our wrapper. This is the middle container, and this is the end container. Okay. And we have these functions for converting the timestamps, which I think should just be in our wallet helper. We'll just need to import statements. Now we have another helper just for the timestamp that we'll get and talk about. Some source assets, helper functions, and something called the Unix timestamp helper. So we come here, source assets, functions. Now I'll have functions and helper functions. Must it, functions must be old. But yeah, here we have some things that'll help us in here. This would just get a local date, but we have one for creating the local time. Well, this one will just give us the time, and this one will just give us the date formatted the way that we want it. Basically, I have this stuff time commented out because this will need to change once we're using the smart contracts, because when we create the timestamp with the new date here, it's in milliseconds, but in Anchor and Solana, it's not in milliseconds, and we'll have to multiply it by 1,000 later, but we don't have to multiply it by 1,000 right now. So that's what that stuff is, but that'll come later. So yeah, we really just need these two functions, the date and the time. That'll take the timestamp and then convert it into something that's human readable, and that'll be local to the person who's looking, to the user that's looking at it in their time zone. Okay, so we'll just copy this functions. That should basically fix that. Okay, so yeah, now we have the time on top, and we have a line break, and then we have the date going in there as well. Okay, I guess we'll just work right to back since we're already on the right. Um, we need to get our common action bar and icons. Since the ink container is pretty small, it's got the time and date here, and it's got the action bar. This being the action bar. And when we edit, this is called the edit bar, or what I call the edit bar. Billy has a pop-up. Apply opens a thing. Yeah. Okay. Yes, action bar. Let's get our action bar in our end container. Okay. So this is basically feeding, like, aside from some other variables that will need to reactive variables like edit mode, or are we currently editing? Are we currently replying? Are we currently showing a video message? It'll have to come later, but and the edit bar, which is just a save and cancel, just that save and cancel that kind of replaces this. Yeah. So I think we can just throw that in and then you can work through the logic of them. And this wrapping is like too much. If it was just in the SVGs, which is what I think I kind of did last time, yeah, I don't want it we're wrapping so much. It's a little annoying. Settings, wrapping. I guess just turn it off. I thought there was a way that you could do it just for specific files. I don't know how that worked before. Um, okay, so now I come here, now it's not wrapping anymore. Okay, cool. Um, it's basically what this. Okay, so now we will need a comment action bar view, and we'll need an edit bar. Edit bar dot view. Okay, and we'll also need to import those. Currently nothing in them. Let's go ahead and grab our variables. Import statements. Okay, yeah. Combo action bar and edit bar. Okay, these edit modes. Um, show video, not so. I guess I'll just copy this stuff and I need it eventually, as well as these this emoji stuff we'll need eventually as well. Okay, so save edit. I'll just throw down a function for now. Function, save edit. Okay, and it'll just do nothing. So shouldn't change anything since there's nothing in our props. But we go ahead and go to our account and action bar, start making sense of it, and yeah, I don't think it's too big, so okay. The common action bar. So we have this button here, which is our reply button. It's I think okay, well this one is definitely a ionic icon. call an arrow undo this one. And when we click this button, we emit. And what emit does is emit goes up to the, like this, since this is the child component, it emits upward to its parent. In this case, it would be the comment, right? The comment is the parent that has the comment action bar. See, so you have like things that you could do, like so at reply to comment, so that it wouldn't emits that you could look for it. The parent can look for it, like on the child. So at reply or comment, and when you hear it, when the parent hears it, that you can do stuff when like in response. So that's kind of how the emit of that works, and Vue, pretty simple. Nothing too crazy there. So someone clicks it, we know we know what we want to do. Yeah, the only thing that actually gets done in here, the only functionality is deleting. Because, yeah, we have to emit outward so that the comment knows to make the reply area visible. Yeah, so that's pretty simple. It is deleted, it's a property on a comment. If it is deleted, then you shouldn't be able to edit or delete. So these icons just wouldn't be visible. If like the if would not show the last two buttons. If it was deleted, and this is just ensuring that the person that's connected, their connected wallet public address matches the post owner's public address on the comment. Because you should be able to edit a comment that's not yours, basically. Yeah, or delete a comment that's not yours, so they have to be equal in order for you to do that. That's what that check does. And the popover, this popover is for the delete, which we've covered a popover before. We've got confirm delete, this confirm delete with a div, and this is just yes or no under it. And then we have a delete message function. And when it comes to deleting, in this case, we really don't want to, like this would, filter. Filter is how you remove things from an array. You get use this once you get, like we look for our section name as the key in local storage and parse that to an object, right? If you get all the comment objects for that comment section, and we can filter them out by this ID. So that would be removing the comment that has that ID out of the list, and that would be like deleting. But that kind of can mess up the structure and stuff. So instead of doing that, we just get the we get the comment. We don't do a filter. We don't filter it out. We just find it. We find that comment, and then we can change things on it. And changing this also changes it here. We are making changes on an object. It's by reference, so this object also updates. So we get that post, we mark it as deleted. And then once we know this is deleted, then we could put a different message, right? Which is the stuff that I didn't include in the message content. Like here, like right now, we just have the text. But before that, we can check if it's deleted, then we have a generic deleted message that we can change to be whatever we want at any time. And we just had the Boolean to check if it was deleted or not. Um, yeah. Okay. But yeah, want that comment action bar though. So I think that's pretty simple. We've used the popovers before. There's some stylings for gaps and whatnot. But I think that explains it well enough. Gonna confirm yes, no. Closing the popover when you hit yes or no, it'll close it. But if you hit yes, it also sends it delete. Okay. So I think that's good enough. So comment action bar. And then we got our edit bar. And for the edit bar, right, which is just save and cancel the edit, which we don't even have the reply of yet. Or I think you might have the edit box, or maybe not. Anyway, the edit bar. Yeah, this is just a save and cancel, and all it says is omit, save, edit, or omit, cancel, edit. So it's just a button that's just emitting things outward to the parent, and it does take in a color because these buttons do have colors. Right, and yeah, when you hit cancel or save, it just emits that up to the comment. So yeah, no, this is fairly simple, and yeah, there's some media query layout changes. Okay, edit bar. Okay. Okay, so after refresh, the arrow came up, but the other ones didn't, and that's just because uh they were not like that. They're actual assets. Actually not able to quite find the trash can. This one sort of looked like it, or the pencil. And I didn't do a very good job of yeah, this trash can looks pretty close to it, but these lines don't go straight up and down. This one looks pretty close to it. But yeah, no, yeah, SVG repo does have some nice trash cans, so and a pencil as well. So I'm just gonna grab it from the other project. Yeah, not very, not very well planned out, but yeah, it's my first time doing something like this. Okay, we have these repo, this one for our project, and we need the other one, which is in local storage, source, assets, SVG. Oh, is it called delete? I think it's called delete, not trash can. So delete and the other one that we're missing, edit that SVG. And this one. So now come here, refresh. They're still not there. Why? Okay, where did I? Oh, maybe it's in here. All right, that SVG. This is an image, not an SVG. Because back then it didn't have its own SVG folder. Okay, now they're there. Okay, cool. Um, I guess in order to get this lined up, I think we need the classes for the like the left container, middle container, and the end container. Probably. So as far as all the styling at the bottom, you see where is the? I guess they're all in here. I guess they make sense. They would all change. So I'm just gonna grab the whole media switching one, even though we don't actually have the vertical comment yet. I can quickly look at it, but shouldn't be anything too special that we haven't already gone over, right, at a certain width. This is where the horizontal comment will appear. The vertical comment won't be there. Just a boat bar container. Um, it's this container, the container around this. But that was probably obvious. Um, uh, comment date, just aligning it to the right and stuff. Left container setting, different widths and stuff. And flex grow. It's just to take up the rest of the space, right? So see, it already looks already looks much better. But if we didn't have this flex grow, then this one would not grow to fill up the rest of the container. So that's basically just telling this one the middle container to grow. That's the one that needs the most space. Um, in container minimum with display. If we did a 2, I'm really sure I haven't really messed with it, but I think that I'm not quite sure. I would have to 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 look into that, but this does everything that we needed to do. But yeah, no, that looks much better. I guess we should be able to edit, so we need the edit section and everything else that's in there with the deleted message. So if we go to our middle container for mm, just the message for now, that's here. So we can go ahead and grab this. Right now we just have this, but uh, we'll do the show replies later. If edited, it's just some text that'll show at the bottom, right? If a comment repos is edited, then the comment is marked is edited, and this just appears at the bottom. So that's fairly simple. I'll just take that. This is the text area. There's still some stuff missing that needs to be added to even the local storage project, but it has enough of what we need. I think we'll just take this whole thing for now for the message content. This user deleted post message. We can get the import line for that. Do we already have our types file? Looks like it already have that as well. So we just need to import this. Okay. It's also complaining about some insert for the emojis. You can get the edit message at least. And these two aren't going to break anything, at least if we ignore them for now, but should get the edited message. Uh, what other variables are we missing? Right here. These are const, not what I would normally do. Which technically, these are references. In the address, we never set this variable, only the value that's at the address. But this is just what I've been doing. It doesn't matter all that much. Okay. But typically, for everything else, it's a constant. I do use a constant. Okay. Edit message, refine message, show replies. I think these are the only things that we're missing. Okay, I think it might just let us edit it now. I will complain about that function not existing. Yes. Else if uh, I guess just this YouTube link stuff with the message instead. So I guess we can take this. It looks to see if it's gonna display the YouTube video first. And if not, then it would display the message. It's complaining because we have a v else if with no v if before it. But yeah, we can go over that. We have no connected wallet and for it. I thought we did. Pretty sure we've already copied the global state for it already, right? Yeah, connected wallet. It's there. Okay. It's probably enough to be able to edit at least, right? So we don't see a message. And it doesn't have our highlight color. And it definitely should, right? Yeah. I thought we took all the, I guess we didn't take all of the styling. Just probably like an ion text area and then the highlight with the V bind on it, which we've seen before. I'm sure that's just down here. Yeah, margins and flexes and gaps. There it is. This is the only thing we need to make that work. Fancy line. I don't remember if this one was actually necessary. I feel like it wasn't. And some other stuff which won't quite get to. Okay, let me just not take everything, I guess. Uh, oh, whatever, gosh. I I'm just gonna take the whole thing. I mean, I know that I'm gonna have all the code available anyway, and unless there's something new I have to explain, we use variables with CSS variables, var with CSS variables before fancy line. I think I actually talked about this earlier, but yeah, that I mean, I think we just stopped before. I think we've copied all of these medias, just not all of the stuff above it. So I'm just gonna go throw that in. I know that I need to hurry up and get my shit online. That's just been the worst. Okay, so now it's green. Now let's try to get a YouTube video to work. Round one. Random. Okay, something random. Come here, post it. Okay, we want to get our YouTube links to actually render into YouTube videos that people can click on and watch. So let's work on getting the pieces that we need for that. We already have some of them, right? That's in the message content. Where this is the first thing that we check in our video. If this embedded YouTube link, we evaluate this variable. Also, we have to check this one because there's okay, like we'll throw it in this one that actually works, right? You can see it. It just show video comment and hide video comment, right? We have to know if it's currently supposed to be showed or not. Um, yeah. Uh, and and if it's deleted or not, because if it was deleted, then we wouldn't be showing it, right? Not if the yeah, if it's marked deleted. So we need to get there's actually a function that we already okay, I assume we already have this variable. We do there's a function that we need to call on mounted. Yeah, called parse YouTube link. We'll have to explain that and walk through it. But let's just grab it. Once we have it, then we can talk about it. Okay, parse YouTube blank. Let's go. Problem. We need the wad and unmounted. So, yeah, for when the comment is mounted, or like if we move, if we're navigating, the comment section is changing, so we'll have to check it again, basically. So just go throw those in. Still have to really talk about it. Okay, now this first YouTube link comes in a functions. So we have our types. So now we can do a new file, functions.ts, and then it's go grab, and then we can explain it. Okay, gonna get the explain regex. Okay, so regular expression or regex is, damn near its own language, really. So to help explain it or use it, there's a good website called regex 101 that works really well. It lets you test out different regular regex expressions. And regex is used for matching strings via patterns, and it's a language for interpreting patterns so that you can match strings or substitute things in strings, things like that. In this case, we're really just trying to search for the pattern for a YouTube uh, video so that we can actually grab it and then use it for the website. But we just need to find a match for it, and we use that, and we use regex to do that. So we can just go ahead and just. So this one is if someone actually put in an embedded link, if they use a watch link or a short link, there's like 3 different ways that you can write a YouTube video, but this is the normal watch. You see, this is just watch b equals. That's what you normally get. So we throw this pattern in there, and you can see that it matches it. So these are pretty simple, right? We're just looking for HTTPS colon. The string has to have that in it, and we have these. So the string actually has forward slashes, but the forward slashes are actually what you use around the whole expression, kind of like you put quotes around, or quotes or single quotes, but regular expression just uses forward slashes around it. And if there are any inside of it, you have to escape them using a backslash. You just put a backslash in front of them for not just that, but any character that needs to be escaped, you put a backslash in front of it. So that's why there's backslashes in front of it. The period can actually match any character, including itself. So it's kind of special, but we expected periods. And then we have this where it comes here, and this is where it gets weird. So you have these parentheses, and this is a grouping, and this is where you can do special stuff for finding certain patterns. Um, the way that this box works is that it would basically get a single character of any character not present in the list. And in this case, this is a space. It looks like there's nothing here, but there is something here, and it's a space. And because there's this asterisk after it, it matches that an unlimited amount of times, as many as possible. So it keeps going until it hits a space or a dead end. Like if we got rid of this, it would only do it once, and it would just get this first character, which is a dash. Because if we said not to find a dash, right, then it would find nothing for character. It would use contact. Here's a dash. Um, we put the star. It tries to go as far as it can, but it stops at the 9. Replace it with an R or a 7 or a Z, and S. You see it goes all the way down. But if you get rid of the star, it doesn't. I still only does the first one. So you want to find characters that are not in the list, and you want to do it as many times as possible. In this case, we're avoiding a space. The spaces are a delimiter for when we should stop, because there should not be a space in the YouTube link. So yeah, that's basically how this works. Not too complicated. Um, yeah, so it looks for that. You pass in the whole message from the comment, which could have the YouTube link and some stuff around it, and you're just trying to, you know, you could have emoji. Well, they can't, but yeah, because it's just looking for the. Oh, actually, it should have went in the test string, but it still finds a match because it's just looking for this. This is between, and it's continuous and in itself. So yeah, and it'll basically just rip this out of the message so that it can be posted as a video and just leave the rest of it, basically. Okay, so find a match. And yeah, so this is defining the regex, and then we try to look for we take the comment or post message and try to look for a match based on the regex. So we tried the embedded regex, we tried the watch version, we tried the shorts version regex, and we just see if they have any matches, and we just go through, and if any of them have matches, because there can only be one, only one of them could have a match at a time, seemingly. And we're only going to look at the first match, so if someone posted more than one video, it still would only grab the first one. But yeah, but there really should only be one match if it were a watch, embedded, or shorts. And it comes in, you take the parse message, which is just ripping out the match from the message and replacing it with nothing so that it's parsed out of the matches. And then we have to create the link, which is this, right? If it was embedded, we know that it is already embedded is the right format that we need to actually play it. The other two are not the right format. But if it was embedded, we could just take it. If we add this to it, which just turns the closed captioning on by default, so there'll be captions to be read. There were some videos that, I did captions for, not all of them, definitely not these tutorials, but yeah, that's what that is for. They'll start automatically. If it was a watch match, like someone who just came to YouTube and got the normal watch match, um, this, we would try to get the ID off of it, right? And we can do that by taking the match, ripping out this part, and then what's left is the video ID. And then we can, like this one, the match would have been the embedded link perfectly, but here we have to make it ourselves and put the link on it, and then add the closed caption stuff. And basically the same thing with the shorts, because if it's like this, it needs to be embedded. It can't be shorts. It can't be watched if we want to work on the site. And yeah, and all three of those cases, we're returning the message that we parsed and the embedded link so that we can actually use it in the iframe. Else we don't return a link, just an empty string, and just return the original message. Um, but yeah, and I guess there's another way of doing this as well. Um, this is like getting all characters all the way to a space, basically. But I think that this also just works the same way. Let's say that it's also this is also including the space. It's not like delimiting to a space. So maybe not actually, or at the very least, you would have to cut that space off. So no, this one wasn't as good. Um, but we have this. We have what we need here, and this works perfectly well. So yeah, that's basically how the regex works. And if we want to create a different function for other videos that people might actually want on the site, like Twitch or whatever, I guess it really just depends on what people want, or if anyone would want anything. But yeah, we could always add more and parse those and stick those in the iframes. So something that I also wanted to say is that regex, the way that it's written, like how we have these slashes on the outside, it's dependent on a language that you're using. It's not the same in like other languages. Like, yeah, like the way you would write it is not the same in other languages. So you want to keep that in mind. Um, okay, click into my. This says PHP, but it's the same rules apply to TypeScript, script, and JavaScript. It seems so. Okay, so we don't see the link, so it must have been parsed okay, but there's no show YouTube button. We need to go grab that stuff above here. I guess we'll just copy this whole thing, right, and go up to the YouTube bar. There's still some stuff that's missing in that project for that, but yeah. Um, wasn't this? It should be above the message content. Then that should not be here. I mean, this is sort of part of the message content. They're not really in the YouTube bar, so I think it's. I think it should actually be there. I think it was incorrect in the local storage project. This makes sense. Okay. 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 You can see it now. But button's not doing nothing. Is it set show video message to true? I don't think we have that function, right? Which is down here. But yep. Can see up here we have, yeah, I mean, just basically setting it to false if it was if the video was hitting, and setting it to just the opposite or whatever. Nothing too complicated there. Yeah, just changing the value and waiting 2 seconds and then scrolling, or not 20, like 20 milliseconds, or wait 20 milliseconds, and then jumping to the video, basically. Okay. Yeah, they don't have those functions defined. So you have to say Reddit that needs to be worked. But yeah, that's probably it. Okay, so now that works. We do not have a vertical comment, so it just doesn't appear. And we don't have a vote bar yet either. But um, I guess let's get the vote bar in there. And then, well, once we work through the horizontal comment, we'll just copy the whole vertical one because it's all the same stuff. It's just arranged slightly differently. It has different margin and stuff. So this goes at the bottom of the left container. We got that part of the user. Okay. Vote bar that we don't have, which I'll see as a comment section name, the post owner address, posts, whether or not it was deleted. And we'll have to import that line for that. And we'll look at it and talk about it. Okay, so the vote bar is not too complicated. You have a function for when you click the button. All right. Uh, Upvote. If you click the top button, which is an add circle, these are ionic icons. Upvote will be 1. If not, it'll be a -1 if you're clicking this button, and then it'll be going in the opposite direction. It's also checking to see what the number is. If it's a -3 or less, you get the barren tree. In between single tree and 3 or more, you get the triple tree. So there's also the logic for that, which, yeah, whenever the button is clicked, you call this function and then you check the icon after. Don't need these semicolons, actually. It's the last one. Yeah. And it's basically setting the vote icon value to a dead tree or a tree or trees, basically, when it checks. Yeah, and the update vote. See, it gets all of the comments from this comment section. It looks for the ID that matches the ID that was fed into the vote bar as it belongs to that comment. That's the comment ID. So it looks for that post, and it takes its votes, and it adds it to the amount, which is a 1 or a -1 in this case. Um, and then we have mm, post.new votes. So we update the votes with the new vote amounts. Oh, so this is updating post, which updates the current comments because it's an object and it's a reference. The current votes is what's being displayed right here. That's this number. Yeah, updating post, which updates the object. And then once this object is updated, we can, re-stringify it and set it to that comment section with the new vote amount for that ID with the rest of the comments. And yeah, this looks like this is already checking the icon. This is checking the icon when this is called, and this is also being called. So we shouldn't need this twice. It should still work without that. Yeah, as an old project, bro. Yeah. Yeah, got some sizes for the icon, vote bar class. It's a flux column going in that direction. Vote buttons with 80% aligned center. Yeah, nothing too special in this, so I think we can take it now. New file, vote bar foo view. Okay, so now we have the vote bar already. Is that enough? Did I miss a template line or something? What is it complaining about? Okay, now it's heading to refresh. Okay, don't have any of those trees, but all those trees are marked and stuff. Well, they're marked here. It's the same tree. Wait a minute. How can I not have the tree? I have this tree. Or maybe it's because it says image instead of SVG. Yeah. So, is that a slash image slash SVG? Refresh. Okay, I see that tree, but there's no barren tree. I don't have the other trees. Okay, so come here, global storage, and it is just called, right? No, that's a dead tree. Is there a dead tree and a barren tree? I'll just take the I don't even see a dead tree. There is no dead. There's this barren tree. Is that what this one's doing? No, it says image dead tree. So I guess it just has a dead tree in image. Okay, so I will copy this dead tree SVG into the other project, dead tree, and also, was it trees as well? Okay, fresh. Okay, now that's working. Cool. Okay, so now that we're pretty fleshed out, we can go ahead and get in our vertical comment. Go ahead and just copy this whole section. Won't copy the reply section for now. Can add that in after. Paste that in. Complaining about this Mr. Anderson gift thing that doesn't exist yet. So we'll ignore the CEO bar since can't use it at the moment. Don't have that in the local storage yet, but we'll have to get to it eventually. But okay, so now we have vertical comments for the tiny screens. And it just needs to be what good enough for a Galaxy Z Fold. It becomes scrollable as it gets smaller. That one is not responsive anymore. It's stuck on a Z Fold, responsive, and yeah, yeah, smaller it gets. It just well, I mean, it allows you to scroll. Just gotta click it right, but yeah, basically, this is that could be a fun, but yeah, so it takes care of it for the tiny phones and tiny screens. Okay, cool. Next, I mean, I guess let's just do our edit and stuff first. This is not showing the original message, so that seems like a bug. We should see the YouTube link, and it's not there. Um, let's see what would happen. Save. Nothing. Seems like these buttons. So I do remember the save edit, and down here, I think that we have a function, but it's not doing anything. The save edit. Yeah, we actually decide to save it. Well, let's go look at that and grab it. Save edit. So we pull out our comments from the comment section, look for the ID to get that post. Um, we have the edited message, which should be, the V model inside the ion text area. We set that equal to the post and we mark it as is edited. And we, just basically set those new saved comments back in the local storage and set the edit mode value back to false and emit edit comment so they can be refreshed. I mean, yeah, I guess we can go look at that just to remind ourselves how that's working. Like why we're omitting from the comment up to the comment list. I think they want me to define, like when you do it when you omit here in the script, you have to define your omits. So add reply, edit comment, and delete. We'll go wrong. Okay. So now test. So it says edited, that comes, but I still see that if I refresh. Mm. So it makes me wonder if must be something wrong with the V model. Um, well, before I get too distracted, we've seen that it said edited immediately, and that is because, like, of this omit, like we're omitting from the comment that the event, this is an event that happened at a comment, and in the comment list, it hears that, and then it just re-gets the comment data. And so at the very least, we know that the comment is immediately learning that it has been set to, it is edited and has been set to true, and that's refreshing, and that's working properly. Okay, but as far as why this isn't working, let's see. Where is the added? It's right here. So I mean, by default, it should be set to the prop message. So I mean, yeah, since it's set to it by default, I would think that when I hit edit that I would see it, but I don't. Okay, let me figure this out. Okay, so the reason we can't see anything in our text area is just because we did not import our ion text area or any ion components. So come here, just go ahead and grab this line. Yeah, shrine. Now it does. So edited, save, and it's edited. So now that's working properly, and the saving cancels work as expected. So let's see, deleting it. That post deleted by user, and now the other things can't. Yeah, other buttons don't work because it was deleted. So those work. Um, yeah, voting works. Already, this copy works. This YouTube link works. Okay. Our replies. We need to work on the replies. Okay, so now for adding that reply section, we'll come to this local storage project. Come down to the bottom where the reply section is. Some of this other stuff I still haven't gone back and cleaned up, or redone rather for the local storage version, but we'll all work through it eventually. But yeah, all the other stuff that we need to actually work to get it to work is still there. Like this is for preventing people from replying, but this we're currently using the system address of 111, but it doesn't know that. But anyway, yeah, this post reply, this is ref to the ion text area. This is for it's related to the emojis, but it'll probably be its own video, honestly. So yeah, so yeah, yeah. Okay, 10. So we have this ion text area, this emoji button inside the text area for that, and this reply buttons container for whether we want to reply or we want to cancel. Looking at that, that's just these two buttons. They're in a container. This is the ion text area with the emoji button in it. Um, yeah, pretty much. So I think we can just copy that. The post reply function, we can go over that as well. Need that. And there's also the comment list because every comment has a comment list, which is like a reply list. Where we're just reusing the comment list, but using it here and feeding in the ID as the parent ID because this comment would be the parent ID for its commentless. Yeah, we had the key when it changes, when the reply count changes. Then this bit update, the key tell no when this number changes, it tells the key that this should be re-rendered. So when the reply count on this increases, it can find its way down there to make it update. Yeah, and then it'll call its data. So we need to go put this in the other project, and this is below both of them. Is it below an action count? Okay, it is. Just want to make sure. Oh, line in and out. Pretty sure it should be lined up with the vertical counter here, this line. So like that, I think. There's no post reply. I'll just grab the insert reply emoji for now. Or I don't know, can just cut it out faster. We'll have another video for that anyway. The post reply, need to get that function down here. So this, it takes our reply type from here, which is like the same thing as the comment, but it has a parent ID. We'll talk about that. It'll put in the information, the from the text, the reply message that's being typed into that ion text area, setting all the initial values, creating the timestamp, throwing that in there. This was just showing a way to have specific time zones be thrown in, but yeah, the Unix timestamp is the best way to go about it. Yeah. And this just we get the current comments for that comment section name, and then we're pushing the new comment onto that comment section list, and then we also find the original comment that we had replied to. So that would be the ID, and we want to increase the reply count, which would be this comment. Because if you hit and reply here, it's this comment, so you get this ID and increases the reply count by 1, and then we update our comments in local storage. And then we set the reply message to nothing and replying to false, so not get closed. And then we do the add reply so that it can update. I don't know if we got to show reply stuff yet. But okay, let's grab this. Save edit, post reply. Okay. So we don't have the comment list imported. We also need to import a reply. Comment, right? Oh, it's actually down there. The comment list. Comment list. Like that. Okay. Okay, well, that's working. What is that? It's like a weird triangle there. Not sure what that is. And this just keeps us from, yeah, hitting reply if it's empty. So if you test reply, didn't, I don't see the show comments thing, but let's see if there is the comment with the parent ID. There is. So I think that works. So that works. Oh, I see it now. I didn't see it a second ago. Oh, we see it on the vertical comment. Although this doesn't do anything, but I think we are not seeing it on the bigger comment. Yeah. So we're missing the show replies on our bigger comment. Replies, Connell show replies. So we have those, or it's the first ones that I'm probably just missing it on our horizontal comment. So I can just copy this whole message content, should be fine. That will show replies. Message content all the way down to the end container. Okay. So, okay, now it's there. Now it's there for both of them, other than not actually doing anything. Okay, why are you guys doing anything? Where did you go? Oh, they're not even defined at all. That's probably why they're not doing anything. So, yeah, this just sets the value to true or false, depending on what's being fed into it. And that controls whether or not the comment list of the comment is being shown. And then there's a very short delay before we jump to it. Same like short delay for the video and then jumping to video. I assume that I had already grabbed that, but it's probably one that I already talked about. Just in case I didn't. I guess I did. Okay, and now. Okay, and now it works. Okay, so I think that that should be enough for now. Yeah, have to cover more stuff in another video, but I think, whatever. Next video, just gotta keep moving forward. See you then.